Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is day 16 of the February Leetcode Daily Challenge. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about today's problem. Ladder case permutation. So I usually solve these live or attempt to, and I go through my thought process, but I just woke up, so I may be a little bit slow, so feel free to fast forward, skip ahead, whatever you need. So today's problem is ladder case permutation. So given an S, we can transform every letter individually or lowercase to create another string. Okay. So I think the thing you need to do for this one is, are you going to give an okay, so one thing that I noticed in the test cases is that they don't give you the uppercase characters, but so if they give it to you, you have to fix that case. But in any case, what you need for this problem is something called a power set. Put it here for now. And the way you use it is just that for every letter, you just choose whether it's uppercase or lowercase, and that's pretty much it. So the way that I often do it is that I try to avoid recursion because I don't know. I think it's just a force of habit because Python is a little bit slow. But so I do, because we just take advantage of power set, we can use the bit mask way of doing power set. But today, because of that, I want to try something new, and then I'll just do it recursively, and that should be good. And because we can return the output in any order, though I think probably just do it in alphabet order, right? In lexicographic order, because why not? So let's get started. This is just brute force, and there's no better way to do it because you have to output every possibility. That means that you can only generate them through brute force because that's the lower bound of your complexity, right? So because of that, because it is brute force, I don't worry about complexity as much. I mean, I worry about it, but I know that if I do brute force in an intelligent enough way, it's not going to be, too slow. And also n is 12, right? So 2 to the 12 times 12, it's going to be fast enough. So yeah, so let's kind of go do that. Let's see. So depending on how you want to write the recursion, there are different ways, and I think this is a good practice for like dynamic programming and stuff like that, where maybe one way to do it is just take the suffix of s, right? So maybe you can have current string or something like that, and then here in the body of the function, you would write something like if the first character of string is if this is alphabet or something like that, right? And a good practice in general is to convert this into something that's takes less space and something that is, because this s string isn't going to change, and we don't want to change it. And actually, we have to put another one for existing. But what I'm saying is that you could use the index instead. But you also still need the ongoing string. And here we're going to use the let's just say current, and we want the current to be an array. Current is an array, and the reason why we want it to be an array is so that it doesn't so I think it's slightly more efficient, but given that s is equal to 12, maybe it doesn't matter that much, in the sense that in a lot of languages, if you concatenate 10 times, you create 10 strings, for example. So I try to avoid that, but maybe for now it doesn't matter. So let's keep it a string, and then when we need to optimize, we'll optimize. But I want to keep it, what's it called? Keep it stupid simple stupid, something like that. So just try to do it as much as I can. Okay. So if that's at n is equal to length of s, I always do this so that I don't have to write as much, and also because it's a function in Python, so if you do it a billion times, it actually does make a difference. But if index is equal to n, then we just return because we don't have any characters left in the string. Otherwise, we Okay, so if also I want just to keep it off in lexicographic order, we can lower this to lower something like that. Is it too lower or too lowercase? I always forget. But Python does have this function, so yeah, okay. So it doesn't complain, so that's a good sign. And then if s of index, I think is alpha. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's return. Let me run it again. Actually, I don't know. So we will generate and then return answer. Okay, so it does. Okay, I forget the name of these functions. I would have to Google it. That's why I wanted just to make sure. Because yeah. If this is alpha, then we generate index +1, current plus s of index is lower. We also want to generate the whatchamacallit, the uppercase version. And in theory, because we already did a lower, this should already be lowered, but I just want to keep it this way for symmetry so that I don't, because sometimes you outsmart yourself and you get confused when you have to go debugging. And for now, I'm going to keep it like this so that, these two lines, and when I say symmetry, I mean that these two lines should look very similar and the same. And I keep it in there as long as I can, pretty much. Otherwise, this is a number, so then we just do this, but I haven't... yeah, there you go. Oh, I forgot to actually put in the array, which is what we do at the very end. So yeah, answer.append current. And that should be good. I think we can test a couple more, but I am confident-ish. Oh. And I think we want to add one more where the input is in uppercase, because that's not one of the inputs as we talked about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 0. Okay, fine. Cool. This looks good. It feels good. So let's give it a submit. Again, this is going to be, brute force, so it's n times n factorial, which is for n is equal to 12 is fast enough. In terms of space, is also 12 factorial or n factorial or 12 factorial, which is fast enough because that's the size of the output and you can really do better, right? Because yeah. So time is equal to n times n factorial, all of that. Wait, is it n times n? Yeah. And the n comes from the fact that, the n factorial comes from the fact that when we, no, I'm thinking of something else. Sorry, I meant 2 to the n. Wow, I am, sorry, I just woke up and I got a little bit confused about, because I was talking about brute force and I read permutation, and I think this is a way, and when you see the word permutation, you always think about like n factorial as one of the things, and I think I just got a little bit, I think I got a little bit mixed up. Sorry about that. I don't mean to confuse anyone. Really don't. But it's 2 to the n because you can imagine a word where there's no numbers, then we branch out twice for every character, and then at the very end we have to append it to the answer string, which is the number of characters. Like this takes O of n times, if you want to call it that, because copying this string into, because this string is O of n length, and therefore copying it into answer will be O of n times, right? And then the space is just O of 2 to the n, because that's the size of the output. You can't do any better, because literally you have to return that many items, right? And also, I guess if you want to be more precise, given that now we do it, it's actually n times 2 to the n, if you want to call it that as well, because I guess, maybe that's a better position, because there's 2 to the n strings. Each string is length n, so it's n times 2 to the n. I just want to be really clear, because sometimes I would say I definitely mix these up sometimes, where I'm inconsistent from time to time, but that's my bad. Thanks for commenters for catching me when I do that. So so now I'm trying to be a little bit better. So I'm learning a little bit as well. Okay, but yeah, that's all I have. This is I'm trying to keep. I think this code is about without some comments and spaces about like 15 lines of code, and I think this is as simple as I could want it to be. So yeah. I think one time I don't know if it's this particular problem, but it was a similar problem during a contest where I forgot about the lowercase, or forgot about the uppercase, and I changed it to here, and it doesn't change the S, so I had to submit it again for another 5-minute penalty. That was kind of sad. I do remember that though. It was a similar. It was either this problem or a similar problem, but yeah. That's all I have for this problem though. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me in Discord, but if you don't, that's fine. But you take care of others if you can. Stay good, stay well, stay healthy, and to good mental health. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.